The longest-serving woman in congressional history, Ohio's 9th District Representative Marcy Kaptur, who was first elected in 1982, could be facing a tough challenge next year from Air Force veteran and Republican Alea Nadeem, who says life in Northwest Ohio has not improved over the last 42 years that the incumbent has served in Congress. So, Alea, you first must win the primary election, the GOP primary. How do you persuade primary voters to support you?
I think the first thing you need to persuade folks is it's time for a change, right? I think everybody understands it's a change. And what we've unfortunately seen with this district is they have not put up quality Republican candidates to actually bring the fight to Marcy Kaptur. And so I frankly got tired of watching Marcy Kaptur, who votes like a liberal from New York and California, win. And when you dig deeper, you see we just need quality candidates. And so I think I am that candidate to be able to bring the fight to her and really turn this district around and, one, be able to deliver it to Northwest Ohio, U.S. Congress, and then the president as well. Because if we don't get this right, if we take the wrong chance, they're going to impeach the president, and we have to keep this America First agenda going forward.
You are an Air Force veteran. You joined apparently inspired by the events of 9/11. You were a lieutenant colonel. You were also the, an Air Force Senate liaison. You have been very active in national security, both at the Pentagon and other places. Talk about how some of your skills maybe transfer towards being in Congress.
You know, the skills that I learned, so again, I grew up, I actually joined the military right after 9/11. I was a junior in high school, and I don't know if you recall, it was United We Stand. Everybody was united. And I was called to serve. And I was called to serve because previously I had an unfortunate incident in my childhood where I was actually kidnapped to Iraq, and I lived under Saddam Hussein. So when this country rescued me, so with the help of the U.S. government, the FBI, and my mother, I was rescued. I was an 11-year-old girl who was a nobody, and I was rescued back to the United States. So when my nation called, I felt I need to stand up and serve my nation. And I think one thing I've learned through all the experiences is I'm grateful to live in this nation. And I'm so tired of people not being grateful or realizing how special this place is. And when you have somebody like Marcy Kaptur, who is not voting the correct way for her constituents, it's really time for a change.
So Marcy Kaptur is usually run as kind of a moderate Democrat, moderate, maybe kind of conservative, at least culturally conservative Democrat. And yet what you're saying is that she votes basically like Nancy Pelosi?
Yes, exactly. She is a fraud. She comes off as this conservative, Democrat who votes how her constituents is. But no, she has voted not to secure the border. She voted against the one big beautiful bill. She voted to have men in women's sports. She voted for the Green New Deal, which was actually going to hurt manufacturing. So we haven't exposed her record. And that's what I talked about. The previous candidates have been problematic because, one, they haven't been able to expose her record of what she's done. And once we expose this, once we raise enough money to be able to show people this, they're going to come around. Because one thing I do know about Northwest Ohio is we value the person over party. And that's the reason that President Trump won this district by 6%. President Trump won this district, and the same people who voted for President Trump voted for Marcy Kaptur because we did not give them a quality candidate. So it's time for change.
Air Force veteran and Republican Alea Nadeem, thank you for speaking to us, taking on incumbent member of Congress Marcy Kaptur in Ohio's 9th District, probably one of the most competitive House seats in the nation, facing a primary in May of 2026 to get the GOP nod to do that. Thank you for talking to us on One American News.
Thank you.